Eagle News sports correspondent Anthony Sevilla interviews one of the players from the Canadian Elite Basketball League and discusses about the lockdown and how the plans to restart the league.
Hello everyone, I'm Anthony Sevilla from Vancouver and I'm joined with a special guest today. He's played professionally in Romania, Britain, Turkey, Ukraine, and spent some time in the NBA G League. He also led the CEBL in assists last season. Fraser Valley Bandits guard Marek Klassen. Thank you for joining with us, Marek.
No problem. My pleasure.
So first of all, how are you doing during the pandemic?
I think it's pretty crazy times for everybody. Honestly, it's a gift though. In this situation, in this time, I've been able to spend a lot of time here at home. I've been back with my family out in Abbotsford for the past 2 months. So obviously there's a lot of crazy things happening around the world, but it's been interesting to just kind of slow down and be with family for this last little while.
So the last time I spoke to you was the last game of the regular season. So what have you been up to in the last few months?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a whirlwind. We finished with the Bandits. I took a couple months off. Had to rest the body a little bit, and then went to the G League, signed with the Erie Bayhawks, which is the Pelicans G League team. And I was out there. I wasn't out there very long, to be honest. I was out there for I was signed for less than a month, and got a call from a team in Ukraine that was playing it was called FIBA competition. So they play in the Ukraine, but they also travel around in Turkey. We played in Turkey. We played in Hungary. We played in Austria. We played in the Netherlands. So this is kind of a team that is well known throughout Europe. And when my agent got the call, he basically called me and said, "Marek, you don't have an option. You have to go out there. This is an amazing coach to play for and an amazing team." And so I was kind of shocked because I was really excited about the G League opportunity, and it was a lot of fun. And the coach Ryan Pinot of the Erie Bayhawks is an amazing guy. But so I took off. I was with the Pelicans G in November, and then mid December I headed out to Ukraine, and we spent all the way till late March there, and then got the call. We basically had just traveled back from playing one of the better teams in Turkey. We arrive home late, and then we get a call from the GM saying, "Hey, everyone needs to meet." We show up to the meeting, and GM's like, "Guys, the league has been canceled, and you guys need to leave the country in 48 hours because the airports are closing and they're going to shut down the city."
So can you talk about that experience? Like, you're in the middle of a season, and then you're told 48 hours you got to leave. Well, what's the first thing you guys had to do?
It was really crazy, though, honestly. There wasn't a single case. When we left Ukraine, there wasn't a single case in the whole country of the virus yet. But they just wanted to get ahead of the curve, and so they completely shut down the league. It was heartbreaking because 2 days later, we were supposed to play in the Cup final, which is like a mid-season championship. And so that would have been we were the heavy favorites for that. That would have hopefully been a championship in our backpack. And it's man, we had to leave Ukraine and with such unfinished business. And especially because our team had played less games in the Ukrainian championship because we've been playing all these games across Europe in this other championship. That we just it just felt it was tough. We had our season meeting with the team, and everyone was just like, "Man, give us another month, give us another 12, 14 games, and we're gonna just go crazy out here." So
the league was supposed to tip off earlier this month. Is there any updates on the league and what's planned? What have they told you so far?
Yeah, just what I've heard is probably what everyone else has heard, that the league is working super hard to try and make something happen. That could be some kind of tournament format towards the end of the month, or towards the end of the summer. Sorry, it could be a shortened schedule, but most likely, probably won't be cross-province travel, if that makes sense. There'll probably be some kind of tournament or some sort of game schedule in one province, just to sort of limit down those the traveling to and from the airplanes, etc. So that's what I've heard so far. I'm basically training every day, and thinking hey, the league might be back in a month. So if the league's back in a month and I don't train until 2 weeks before, then you're going to see injuries, you're going to see things like that. So I'm just trying to stay diligent and keep a good pro mentality.
So there's been a lot of roster changes in the off season, and it looks like you're the only one remaining from last season on the roster. So what are you looking forward to, who are you looking forward to the most to play with, and what are your expectations for this season, hopefully that it starts?
I mean, I'm excited to play with a lot of the guys. I think a lot of the guys are guys I've heard of, maybe, or guys that are from Toronto-based area that I've played against, maybe in some sort of national team thing, or just I don't know. But I think it's going to be good for me, actually. I think that it'll be fun to sort of play against a lot of these guys that are similar position to me, similar style to me, and just for all to come together and just kind of grind. And also Big John Fields, I'm really excited for, I think our games are going to make sense together. I think a lot of the pick and roll, it's going to be hard to guard us in the pick and roll just with his finishing abilities. So.
Well, thanks again, Mayor, for talking to us today. I hope you stay healthy, and I'm excited to see you back on the court.
Thanks, man. You too. Stay healthy.
That was Marek Klassen, point guard for the Fraser Valley Bandits of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. In Vancouver, Anthony Sevilla, Eagle News, we live in interesting times.